Hey there, it's Carl here from presentationexpressions.com. Today I've got another sample presentation for you guys, okay? So I'm going to be talking about how to answer questions in your presentation's Q&A, okay? So this expression that I'm going to use, I taught you last week, all right? But today I'm going to demonstrate it in a very short presentation, okay? Why is this important for you to know, okay? Or why should you even practice this? Well, if you don't answer the question properly, and if you are not polite and professional, then the audience members, will think that you are, they can't trust you somehow, or you've broken their trust, and the relationship is maybe somehow damaged, okay? So you need to answer questions by being polite and trying to answer them as best you can, all right? So also, if you don't answer the question properly, and let's say, for example, English is your second language, then they will negatively judge you and your English ability, okay? Because of your English ability, they will judge you, all right? So it's really important that you try to learn this and answer their question properly, okay, using the right expression, okay? So the expression that we learned last week, all right, I'm going to tell you again, all right? Now, before you say this, after the person asks the question, you should always acknowledge the question. You should always say something like, "Good question, thanks for bringing that up," or "Thanks for bringing that up, that's a good question." And then you say this expression. The best way for me to answer that would be, then you answer, does that answer your question? Okay, make sure you ask if they're happy with your answer. Usually they are. If they're not, then you have to answer them again and try to explain it again and ask them again, does that answer your question? Until they say yes. All right, it's really important to do that. Okay, so the sample presentation, all right, so it doesn't matter what the topic is really, okay? We're just going to hear a question, all right? You'll hear a question, and then I'm going to answer, okay? So here we go. Yes, could you please tell me how many people worked on this report? Good question. Thanks for bringing that up. The best way for me to answer that would be to tell you that we had a team of people, probably 10 or 12 people, working on this for the last year, okay? Studying, researching to come up with the report that we have today and that I've talked to you about today, okay? Does that answer your question? Yes, that's really great. Thank you very much for answering that. And that's all you have to do, okay? That's it. That's all you have to do. So here's a summary of what we talked about, all right? So it's really important to answer the questions properly during your Q&A, okay? Because you want to make sure that you have happy have a happy audience. You want to maintain the good relationship that you built with them. So here is the expression again. So you should say, good question, thank you for bringing that up, and then say, the best way for me to answer that would be, answer the question, does that answer your question? All right? So this week, the action step, all right? The action steps, I should say. Number one, I want you to choose a topic or an old presentation that has 3 main points. Then you should have 1 or more people ask you 5 or 10 questions, okay? Now you should use the expression, okay? First of all, say good question or whatever, and then use the expression, all right? You should practice this until you have memorized the expression, okay? Totally memorized the expression and you feel comfortable using it. Really important that you feel comfortable using it, okay? Finally, give us some comments and feedback on this particular tip and this particular expression. Let us know if that was helpful, or let us know how we can improve it for you for next time. Thank you very much. We will see you again soon here at presentationexpressions.com.